Abraham Lincoln is one of the most important figures in American history. He was the 16th President of the United States. Lincoln led the country through its darkest hour, the Civil War. He is remembered for his honesty, his courage, and his unwavering belief in freedom and equality for all. Lincoln's life story is truly inspiring. He came from humble beginnings. He taught himself, he worked hard to achieve his goals, he never gave up on his dreams, even when times were tough. Lincoln's legacy continues to inspire people around the world. He is a symbol of hope, democracy, and the power of one person to make a difference. His story reminds us that anything is possible if we have the courage to fight for what we believe in. Abraham Lincoln was born on February 12, 1809. His family lived in a log cabin in Kentucky. Life was not easy for young Abraham. His family was poor. He had to work hard to help his family survive. Despite his difficult beginnings, Lincoln was eager to learn. He loved to read. He would walk for miles to borrow books. He taught himself law. Lincoln's hard work paid off. He became a lawyer. He entered politics because he wanted to make a difference in the world. He believed in the power of government to help people. Abraham Lincoln began his political career in Illinois. He served in the state legislature. He ran for the United States Senate. Lincoln was a strong opponent of slavery. He believed that it was a moral wrong. He wanted to stop it from spreading to new territories in the West. Lincoln's speeches against slavery made him famous. He spoke out against injustice. He argued for freedom and equality. His words resonated with people who wanted to see an end to slavery. In 1860, Lincoln was elected President of the United States. This was a turning point in American history. It led to the South seceding from the Union and the start of the Civil War. Abraham Lincoln became president of a nation divided. The southern states seceded after his election. They formed the Confederate States of America. The Civil War began in April 1861. President Lincoln led the Union through 4 long years of civil war. He was determined to preserve the Union. He believed that democracy was at stake. He knew that the nation could not survive if it was divided. In 1863, Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation. This freed slaves in Confederate territories. It was a major turning point in the war. It made ending slavery a goal of the war. Lincoln's leadership during the Civil War was essential. He held the Union together. He fought for the end of slavery. He helped to define what it means to be an American. In November 1863, President Lincoln delivered the Gettysburg Address. He spoke at the dedication of a national cemetery in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. The Battle of Gettysburg was a major turning point in the Civil War. The Gettysburg Address is one of the most famous speeches in American history. In just a few short lines, Lincoln eloquently expressed the meaning of the war. 77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. He honored the soldiers who had died at Gettysburg. He called for a new birth of freedom. He urged Americans to finish the work of the fallen and preserve the Union. Sadly, Abraham Lincoln did not live to see the end of the war. He was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth on April 14, 1865. His death was a tragedy for the nation. Abraham Lincoln is remembered as one of America's greatest presidents. He is honored for his leadership during the Civil War. He is revered for his commitment to freedom and equality. His words and actions continue to inspire people around the world. Lincoln's legacy reminds us that a nation founded on the idea of equality can overcome its greatest challenges and achieve lasting greatness.